Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jason Davison. I am a student at Texas Women's University, and I am here to convince you congressmen why I believe National Beat Obesity Day should be on every calendar across America, and why we will beat this epidemic. First, I'm sure a lot of us are thinking, why would obesity get its own day all to itself? What makes it different from the rest? Well, for starters, according to WHO, the World Health Organization Media Center in 2014, more than 1.9 billion adults 18 years and older were overweight. Of these, over 600 million adults were obese. 600 million adults in the world are obese. That's double the amount of people in America. When you compare that to 7 billion people, the 1.9 billion, you're talking about 1/3 of the population. So that's a big number. Now let's break this down into a smaller, more condensed area. In just America, according to Center for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1/3 or 78.6 million of U.S. adults are obese. That's not including overweight Americans. In case you didn't know, the U.S. has 319 million people in it. That's an alarming finding to know that many people in just America are obese. If you ask me, that means it's time for a change. It's time for us to make a day so that we can start that change. Now, we're talking about people. That means everyone. You, me, flesh and blood, men, women, children, black, white, Hispanic, congressmen, even athletes, teachers, you name it. There's an obese person in every category. According to ChooseMyPlate.gov, the recommended daily value for fruits and vegetables is 4.5 cups per day. And according to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, not one U.S. state is meeting the national requirement. Healthy People 2010 aims to have at least 75% of Americans to eat the daily recommended fruit and for at least 50% of Americans to eat the daily recommendation of vegetables. As of right now, though, only 33% of Americans are meeting the fruit recommendation requirement and 27% of the vegetable requirement. So in other words, our numbers are too low and we need all hands on deck. We need everybody to pitch in and get everybody on the healthier path. Now, let's move on to food labels. Most of us check them or at least say we do. But does that really affect whether or not we buy the product? Now, 20 years ago, you would have avoided all foods with fat in them. 10 years ago, you would have avoided all carbs. Now, it's calories and sugar. Every 10 years or so, we say no fat and you'll lose weight. No carbs, but add fat, you'll lose weight. Now, don't eat sugar, watch your calorie count, you won't gain weight. It's all about eating the correct and healthy foods. There's new studies out. The information's out there. And now, according to Fox News, 80% of Americans say they check food labels. I know I do, but I know I have a better understanding. Now, the average American probably doesn't know what they're actually looking at when they look at the side of the box. And of those 80% of people that check the box, 44% say that they buy that product, whether or not it's a good number to them or a bad number. So basically, they just look over, see a number, and say, oh well, and throw it in the basket. On this day, health educators need to explain in more depth why these things are bad and what it is doing to the inside of our bodies. Because like I said before, most people just see a number and have no idea how to apply that to their daily nutrition value. But on this day, we can change that. Let's move on to the big one, the one that's hitting us right now and has been for the last decade. Diabetes 2, the epidemic. According to Healthy Day, News for Healthier Living, type 2 diabetes has grown from less than 5% in 1994 to about 20% of all newly diagnosed cases of the disease among youth in more recent years. For this reason alone, there should be a day for health education. Let's get away from the statistics and the facts and talk about what we can do on this day and how we can get everybody involved. On this day, we're going to go outside. We're going to go beyond just exercise for one day. It's going to be more about educating, learning, spending good quality time with family, doing something that helps educate the populace while having fun, getting people to volunteer, starting a day that gets not just us involved, but everyone involved. Things we can do to help make this day seem enticing to people that usually probably don't care or want to. We can do 5K runs. They're short enough to where people want to do them and just say they completed it, and they're long enough to where people can really have a good little competition with others in it as well. We could also do obstacle runs like they do for Spartan races, mud runs, warrior dashes, stuff like that. Gives people a little more reason to do it than just I'm going to run down this trail for 3.5 miles. We can have information booths. We can have personal trainers out at parks showing how to correctly do exercises and answer questions that anybody might have. Health educators teaching what's on the back of food labels. Farmers and gardeners opening their doors and showing how to pick, grow, and maintain a farm or garden. The list goes on. And the way we can spread the word is by social media, Facebook, Instagram, just any kind of internet source. And then also we can have the news talk about it just for 15 seconds. Just say this will be happening at this place or this place. A swim's going to be at this pool, and it's all going to be free to the public on this day. And this is who will be there. And we're not going to target, just high poverty areas or low poverty areas or the middle class. This is free for everyone. This is for everybody to get involved and get active and start learning to make a better you. The goal here isn't just to be healthy for one day. It is to build the foundation of starting new, healthy, educated habits that everyone can take away and learn from. By health educators volunteering and being out in the streets, being at a venue, in a grocery store answering questions, they can help the everyday individual as well as promote their business organization and show people firsthand the importance of eating right, and exercising regularly. Now we can also have personal trainers being out at parks, like I said earlier, or just in the gym and giving out the free advice that people are wanting. Or they can show exactly how to do an exercise. People can ask questions on these days and feel confident that they won't be judged or ridiculed or made fun of, because everybody that's there asking questions is asking probably the same questions you are. And this way, you'll know how to do, exercise with proper form. You'll know, if you're trying to look to, get your heart rate up, exercise you can do. If you're trying to build certain muscles, this and that, just everything that a personal trainer can answer. And this way, next time they go in the gym, they'll be able to walk in a little taller and feel a little more confident when they step up to an exercise, and they'll actually know what to do when they get to that exercise. Now, just for one day, we don't put a price tag on knowledge for a better, healthier life. We bring any and all who are willing to learn, listen, and exercise the right to become healthier. We're not forcing people to become healthier. We're helping the people who want to learn but don't know where to start. This is not just beneficial to the everyday person or healthy person or overweight person. This is beneficial to all, from an economic standpoint to a financial standpoint. According to CNN Fact Check, the cost of obesity in 2006, they spent an average of $1,429 more than on their medical care than did people with normal weight range. To conclude, I'm going to leave y'all with this one little quote that I think I made up. All I am asking for is one day, not to change the world, but to change the way we think while we're in this world. Thank you very much, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Good luck to the rest of y'all.